some drama.
Sometimes I wanna go. Some days I gotta go. Sometimes I need to go. We are just trying to get.
Hi, my name is Whitney House. I'm the CEO of the Creative Era, and what I do is I do a lot, child. I do a whole lot. I do things from creating YouTube to podcasts to, doing skits, child. Whatever you want in life, I literally probably have done it. So I started by making these wire bow ties, and the wire bow ties started out of this art gallery called Renaissance Fine Art Gallery in Harlem. And first of all, I made the bow tie out of wire because first of all, I didn't have enough money to provide for things that I wanted to create. And so I knew I had the exhibition coming up, and I made the wire bow tie, and on that very first day I sold it, and I was like, oh, I can make money off of my business. And so after that I legit was like, okay, maybe I can make a living out of this. And so from there I just started to do my craft on a regular basis. I went from doing the wire bow ties to doing apparel to doing accessories to doing one-of-a-kind book bags, and this journey has definitely been one roller coaster, but I love it. The quickest lesson I learned about myself was that I was extremely lazy. I was extremely lazy, and I was a procrastinator. That was literally the #1 thing I found out about myself. And to this day, sometimes I'm very lazy. I literally have to jumpstart myself and be like, okay, let's get this on and popping. I have to also think about what's the priority for the day, and if that's the priority is with me. If you don't do this, everything is, because it's like a domino effect. If it doesn't turn out well, then it's literally just me going from everything is just not going to fall into place. So I have to do one thing, and then the other thing will lead into it. It was shaky at first because everyone was like, wait girl, what you about to do? You about to, especially around the time when entrepreneurship wasn't a trend or wasn't a thing. So now it's like, when I first started 8 years ago, which was 2011, entrepreneurship was like a foreign language. So when I said I'm going to quit my job and do my own business, it was like, girl, have you lost your mind? So I can say with my sister and my best friend, them two were basically my support group, because they really wanted to make sure emotionally I was okay. Emotionally they were whenever I would have my moments of breakdown, I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this no more. They would say, girl, no, you said you was going to do this, so now you need to get up and do it. And so I'm very appreciative of my support group. Of course now I have a lot more support from others because I've been doing it for 8 years. So they're like, all right girl, clearly this is what you want to do. So I'm very grateful for my support. The hurdles that I got over, especially running a business for 8 years, was my mental health. Depression was definitely one of the hurdles, because you expect one thing, but then you get into business and it's a whole different dynamic where you're like, okay, I got my website up, I got my products up, I'm giving out my business cards, and then 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, there's no sales coming in. And so for that was literally a hassle for me, especially because I was expecting an outcome that wasn't time for yet. So with my depression, I got to a level where I was like, you know what, Whitney, this will happen in life. It's okay. It's just a hurdle, and you're gonna be okay. And ever since I got into that mindset, I definitely have become a better more visual in terms of looking at it as, you got this girl. I had to sacrifice a lot for this business. There was times where I had to take funds for my food to replace it with material. So one of the aspects was I would shop downtown on 40th Street to get material, so which means that I had to take the train. So what I would do is take the train, swipe my card, swipe my Metro card, and then within 2 hours you get a transfer. So what I would have to do is swipe my card, make sure I don't get everything I needed, pick up a dollar pizza because that's the only funds I had left to make sure that I ate, and take the bus back uptown from 40th Street. Thank God I lived in Harlem. So that was, I can say I did that for almost like a year and a half, in terms of sacrificing my business. My relationship with Jesus definitely got stronger. I can say the beginning stages, my relationship with God was definitely non-existent, until I got to a level that I was like, wait, there's something in my heart that makes me want to create, that makes me want to do other things, but I wasn't sure exactly how to do it. And so the moment that I got closer to Jesus, I realized like that was the missing piece of this journey, in terms of like just self-love, self-care, and also just my journey of an entrepreneur. So now it's like, okay, Whitney, like go full speed. And so by me trusting in him and trusting that the process will proceed, it's definitely got me to a whole different level of like faith. And like entrepreneurship is literally just faith based. Like that's literally, you don't know when certain things are going to happen, you don't know how it's going to happen, you just got to take that next step and say, okay, I feel comfortable with taking the next leap of faith. So that's literally how everything has worked out for me with my business, and just me, period, overall. But as of recently, the one thing that inspires me is to help other people get to the level that I felt like there was a lack of resources and a lack of like knowledge being shared. So my whole thing now is just to be able to inspire others to become greater in their lives, not only through business but just through self-love, self-care, and knowing like, okay, like yes, you may be having a issue now, but it's just an issue right now. Like you're going to get over that sooner or later, but just to keep going. So that's always my, I guess, model for like my business, is just to keep going and never letting yourself to feel like you're stagnated in one space, but to keep pursuing it. Pursue whatever you feel is in your heart to do. So that's always been my inspiration for everything. So what's next for me is, being that I've been in my business for 8 years, the next for me is being able to, within the next 5 years, I would like to own like a building space where I can do like a co-working space where I can help others, like creatives, from music to dancing to photography, anything in the arts, a space where they can grow in their mediums, so that way they can get to the next level of their life without having to find a space to do things. Like, you know, if you need like a room just to do like podcasts, like I want to provide that. If you need like a room to, you know, film a video, I would like to do that, just to give people stuff that I didn't have. So that's the next for me, is just being able to own a space where people can come and it's affordable for them to utilize the space. Start it. You have to actually say to yourself, I'm going to do this, okay? Because I feel like there's a lot of people that have a lot of desires and dreams and aspirations, but they don't know where to start. So my first statement is to actually start, actually get up and do research. You know, go on Pinterest or go on Google, look up, go on Instagram and, you know, find inspiration. And then from there, just do little things like write down, you know, your ideas and your dreams. And then from there, just, you know, do little by little, you know, create a logo, or, you know, get a website, tell people about your business, and be confident in telling them your business, that you want to start a business and you're going to do it, or you can tell them afterwards, however you feel comfortable, and, you know, from there, just keep going. Like, no matter, of course, you're going to come across struggles. It's not going to come easy, but at the same time, it's definitely something that makes you feel fulfilled. It makes you feel happy inside. It makes you feel like, oh my God, I should have done this my whole entire life. And that's the feeling that you should chase, not the money. Of course, the money will happen, it will come along, but the feeling, you should chase the feeling that you get when you're doing the things that you love to do.
Love you, New York. We are just trying to get. Hey love, this is more than a crush. The way I feel for you gives me more than a rush. Been holding you down forever, this is more than a fling. And I'm dedicated to you, this is more than a